Yes. Let's hope it doesn't have a reload mechanic. Jeanne d'Arc, the liberator, hero, saint, and heretic. A symbol of faith and virtue betrayed by her fellow Christians and damned for an eternity in hell. Later, sainthood could not change her faith. The deed was done, her fate decided. Her fate? Two others that we can unlock. Pride, greed, lust are the sins. Apparently. Our starting deck has slashes, valor, and taunt and block. That's the trial. It's ugly. It's a tough fight, but I still have an ace up my sleeve. Let's choose one card. Do we see intention? You would just dealt 5 cards to your hand, use them wisely as they won't be replaced that easily. Cards have 2 colors, red and blue. Opposing energies, Sacrum and Profanum. Okay. Deal 5 damage. I must aim at this Stela of the same color as my card to use it. I'm a funny spine. La 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 la. I'm the funny spine guy. So to use the card, you have to select one of these stones called Stelas. These. As with cards, they come in 2 versions, blue and red, and you can only play a blue card on a blue Stela and a red card on a red Stela. Yes. Shielded prevents all incoming damage from the next attack. Shielded can stack, but each received attack, successful or not, reduces the stack by 1. Attacks can fail. Who's shielded now, me or them? Each time I play a card, the enemy will react. I must play my moves to be prepared for the enemy's counterattack. Let's play another card. Each time you play a card on the stone, on the Stela, the enemy will react. Look at the Stela's effects to find out how the enemy reacts. So I pick the enemy counter. Okay. Once the enemy plays his reaction, the Stela will turn around, changing the combat situation. You can peek at the other side of all Stelas by holding the button. What button is that? Are there? Why do I need to hold the button? And why can't I do it now? That's rude. Rage increases strength. Gain shielded. Yeah. Shielded, and then they react to 3 damage, and I lose a shield stack. Yep, that worked like I thought it would. I can always redraw here. But the enemy will use its own redraw action to see what exactly the enemy will do. Look at the redraws buttons tooltip. Then I don't get a tooltip. They shielded for 4. It's 1 stack of 4 shield. I've got 2 stacks of 20 shield. Is that how it works? Tooltip is weird. Rage. What's rust? Because the tutorial is so awesome, we can't see the tooltips. Okay. Here, less damage. Oh, I had block anyway. Ah, okay. So a character with rust loses 1 armor for each point of rust after playing a card, and then you lose. Yes. Shielded. And the value? Why does it have a value and a stack? Because it says shielded prevents all incoming damage. Is this a defense value? Armor. They gain armor points equal to this card's armor value. So they get 4 armor every round. And that's not shield. Okay. I can't play it on this. They're still weakened. What an insane attack that one is. But I wouldn't I block all of it? Yeah. Oh, it attacks 2 times. Okay, I've not yet understood this completely. Okay, what's this? Cards in hand 3. And shielded is the opposite of that, and that's the opposite of that, and it's a bit cumbersome. Yeah, okay. Background spinning makes me spin. Good thing I looked at the tutorial end card. Soul shards, cards, and kobolds. Claim your reward. You can choose one of 3. You can also skip. Bleeding. Gain bleeding. Oh. Why do I gain bleeding? I'm crushing them. Oh, this is nice. Congratulations, you died. But you survived. In hell. Yeah. Now you are in the underworld. To make your path to the bottom, you will have to fight demons. First encounter on each circle of hell has to be a battle, but afterward you can choose. You can go back to a higher circle. Aha. Aha. Anvil of Souls. Unknown. A shop. Find one of the accursed residents. An opportunity to develop yourself. And how am I to read this? This is the lowest circle of hell. Or down there. If you read this, you know, top down. Now we have the revelation. This is our character. Purchasing skills is only possible via the character development node. And how strength determines basic damage. A card multiplies strength when calculating damage. Can be increased by rage. Will. Domination. The maximum power of all active damned. The limitation, how many you can have active. We can have 2 damnations, which are probably enchantments, like permanent effects, with a due power of 4. Crit change. 5% per point, that's good. Dodge chance, also 5%. Armor initial, domination, strength, health. Oh, I have to, yeah, they said I have to fight first. Beggar. You can spend soul shards to play a card without triggering any stela, which you can think of as a free turn to do something under the enemy's radar, but keep in mind that soul shards can also be spent for character progression. So I guess when we come to the character development node, they will ask us for this to pay. We'll keep them. Breaking. Damage dealt with breaking effect is applied only to armor. Armor itself is still a mystery. It's probably damage reduction. Like not total damage absorbed, but the value. Like if I get 8 damage, I would have 12 armor left. And it doesn't dissipate normally. Yeah. Oh, I can't go for that. Izzy will turn the stela twice. Basically returning it to what it was when you clicked on it. Or triggering to effects, that's not clear. Burn means you can only use it once per combat. Stealth doesn't trigger the stela. But how can a card be dizzy and stealthy? It will rotate twice, but it will not have the effect. Or will it have one effect? Yep. Nope. Yes. Delay. Gain 4 rage after redraw. Don't want to redraw. There was a bad effect to that. No, Grimdark is not actually a word. I think it's a made-up word. It's also not a setting. They could have worded it artsy-fartsy as well. Same effect. So what I see on the card is my current strength with the card effect. Ah, those are the costs in shards. Okay, cool. That means we can pick one of the out here. 15. Domination was stuff we haven't got yet. Not in the prologue. Will. Armor. Not available in the prologue. What is available in the prologue? The inner circle only. I totally am not a Warhammer fan, no. Not let alone a true one. Right. I've got 6 blue, 6 red. Shot. Anathema. Eliminate the target's highest buff. Seems cool. Delay. That's weird. Deal damage equal to your rage times 5, then reduce rage to 0. Don't really have a lot of well, can I look at my deck anywhere? Rage 1. 2 rage. Another 2 rage. Main is good. Sideways and backwards for 90 minutes. Wasn't that so much fun? Unexplored 2 Electric Boogaloo has the wrong name, but it's an interesting game. Definitely an interesting game. Yeah. Suddenly rugby rules. That would be something. Descend. I didn't read what they said there. That was a mistake. Do I have to? Meadow chess. Brr 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 brr. Gargle bargle. And 150 damage. Nah, don't think so. Nope. I wish we had a red stealth card now to get rid of that one. What's on the other side? 30 damage to armor, 6 damage. I didn't think about the health bar of the enemy. I was fighting a more complicated fight in my head. I want to find out if that makes me bleed. The fact that the interface is so hard to use because it looks so pretty is kind of sad. You probably get used to it quick, but... Aha! Queen Mary I will deal 5 damage each time I apply a new debuff on the enemy. Ragnar Lodbrok. Oh! Wow! He's famous from the television or something. Once per battle, when your armor is reduced to 0, you gain 5 rage. Debuff. We apply weakness. So we have one of the damned. We can have a maximum of 2 if I remember correctly because of our attributes. Our attributes. 2 damned with power maximum 3. Okay. Rugby players run forwards by accident. Chest. Another damned. Nietzsche. If there's 3 Sacrum Stalers available, visible. Sacrum? It's blue. Is it? Yeah. At the end of a turn, deal 4 damage to the enemy. That's interesting, actually. And that's the power level. Attila. Each multi-strike attack have got 1. Every time you deal 10 or more, create 1 holy strike. Ah. Not his name. Nietzsche, of course. We don't believe in hell. Yes. Yeah. Fanatic. What does Fanatic do? Gain armor points equal to the Fanatic value each time you deal damage with a card. Then value is reduced. I've got 20 armor at the beginning of the combat. Send. Deck change. Oh, you can change the color. Cool. I think they have some cool ideas here, but it's a bit confuddling. And I'm not sure if the turning around of the stelas is worth having. Instead of showing the coming effect underneath, which is what I would have done. Current, next, current, next, current, next. This time, this way I always have to go there and then remember that and then have to check again. It's like, what was it? Okay, what was it again? What was it again? It's like with the obscure rules in board games. You always come back to the bloody rule book. It's like, what was it again? That weirdly worded rule? It's like, okay. What? Piercing, armor, okay. So next turn, I don't want to pick the blue piercing because I have 3 blue cards, and that's why I pick, they get 3 armor. It's not really an easy flow to get into, but I think you can get into it. Nietzsche says 3 blue ones. But we don't want 120 armor damage. So Nietzsche can go home. And the cards only, I think this has been built for a controller. The mouse is not very precise at pulling the cards to show the tooltip. It's weird. Here, 2 debuffs. And they get 3 armor for that. They didn't get damaged. Did they get 10 armor damage? They didn't have that much armor. Also, what's that up there? Three. What do I pay to play the cards? I didn't know there was a cost to them. Oh, that doesn't work. There goes my armor. Can I only play this when there are 3 red steelers here? Is that how that works? Now I would need to remember what that would turn. Oh no, I see what they were going for here, but I don't really enjoy this gameplay. That mechanic up there is breaking it, I think, with the turning. It might be enough, like with Hellsinger, remove the reload bullshit, and then it might just be a fun game. And here, instead of turning them around, just show what's next underneath. And the color. It's like, you know, it's... Yeah, I don't know. Probably just me. I think this will turn to blue. So we exchange that. Oh, now they all red. Why? I don't understand. Here. This is a weird game. Ignore the looks. It's a weird game. It certainly is a unique idea, but I don't think it works for me. Plank. What does the flank card do? now... What? Oh, I need to get rid of a blue card. Yeah, maybe the crushing blow. Because it's bad. Upgrade costs 4. 6. 5. No. Revert rotates all Sacrum Stelas to the other side. Didn't it say 16 damage? I don't get it. Did I apply weak just now? Is that what I did? Ah, okay. So I applied the weak and then they did less than 16 damage. I think the cool thing is that you actually play very few cards, and each decision is really important, and you really have to consider the other side of the stelas and the colors and the cost of the cards you have in terms of how many stelas of what color do you need. So the conundrum you end up with is not a bad one to solve in a card game. I have user interface or playability, or however you want to call it, issues with that though. You always have to turn it around. I can't remember all that. Or to word it differently, I don't want to have to remember all that. I want to see the information. Here, 3 blue. That never happens. It's alright. Boss fight? Not yet. First, the Gutter Devil. Oh, here. 40 damage. You like it? See? That is... For me, it does not work. They've got 100 lives. It's too much of a puzzle, actually, for me. But if you look at it from that perspective, it's a pretty cool puzzle. It's not a good card battler, but it's a pretty good puzzle. Yeah. What's encircle? After the Steelers effects are resolved, remove them, including the switch effect. And replace with abuse. A character with rust loses 1 armor. What's abuse? Right? We puzzled it out. We won. So I guess that's my point here to make. It's a puzzle game. That it looks like a deck builder. No, it looks like a card battler. But it's a puzzle game that has a deck of cards that you build to solve different puzzles. But that delay stuff to wait until the redraw costs me 40 life. I would want to avoid that and not make it an effect of a card. Ah, it heals you by 9, okay. Yes. Boss fight. Cerberus. Looks like a maggot. What's panic? All buffs on the target's cards are reduced to 0. And okay. So we want to gain 2 rage and we accept bleeding 4 as a result. They can get shielded 3, can they? If I could play Master Block later, it would give me exactly 0 shielded. I could give them shielded 3 with this. And then use Anathema to remove that. Do they always turn? Because that is something I have not grasped yet. Do they always turn after I play a card? I thought it was just the one I point at. Had one of the cards got switching? No. Switch to bleeding 3, panic. Okay, let's see if my plan works. We remove their shielded. Oh, this ignores shielded. Yes, that's even better. We win. I didn't even see that. Wishlist now. Well, we were very confused by your game. Thank you for painting it in such a disturbing, pretty way. It's a puzzle game. I don't know. Interesting. Not what I expected. I think it's actually good that it's not what I expected. But I'm not sure if it's great that it's a puzzle game.